Pokemon GO Fest Day 2 starts like this.
Oh, wait, what? No, I didn't know it started like that.
And according to some people, GO Fest, Trubbish, you know what I mean.
GO Fest, what happened? I'm honestly not sure. Like, I had a great day one. Typically when I'm playing a GO Fest or like a big event, I'm not on Twitter, I'm not on my phone. Well, I'm on my phone playing Pokemon Go, but I'm not looking at social media. And because I don't want other people's experiences to affect how I make my video. I want to make a video that's authentic and true to my experience. And on day one, playing here in Long Beach with Adam, Tom, Pierre, my friend Blake, it was a great day. I had a great day. Nothing seemed that off about it. But when I went on Twitter and on Reddit afterwards, it seems to me like that was not the typical experience. So today, for this video, I want to, I guess, share my thoughts, give my feedback and opinion of what happened to Pokemon GO Fest 2022. The shiny rate. The shiny rate is the biggest complaint that I've seen online. There are so many people saying they had terrible shiny luck. The shiny rate was bad. It was worse than last year. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the truth is. In my experience, it was fine. In the average experience of everyone that I played with, it seemed okay. But there are a lot of people online who felt differently. And I don't want to invalidate that opinion. If you had a bad time, you had a bad time. Now, as far as shiny rates go, we know that Pokemon Go uses a few standard shiny rates. There's 1 in 20, that's for legendaries, legendary raids. There's 1 in 25 that's used for Community Day. There's what we call the Perma Boost or 1 in 64 shiny rate, and that's typically used for rarer Pokemon, stuff that's only in raids or only in eggs. There is a medium shiny rate, 1 in 125, and that one's kind of rare. It's not used for very many Pokemon. And then there's the standard 1 in approximately 500 shiny rate. This is the base shiny rate. Whenever a new shiny Pokemon gets introduced, this is typically the shiny rate. Now, if we're looking at those rates, I think that the most likely shiny rate for GO Fest is probably the Perma Boost 1 in 64. And when I did the math with my own catches and a lot of other people's catches, that's typically how it worked out. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to get a shiny out of every 64 Pokemon you catch. That doesn't mean that you catch 600 Pokemon, you're going to get 10 shinies. It just doesn't work that way. That's probability. Now, the thing with Pokemon Go is that you can't really compare your experience to someone else's because we don't play in the same places. You don't know how many Pokemon spawns someone else is going to see. You don't know how many Pokestops they have access to. Everyone's experience is going to be different. Now, even when you're comparing your experience to your own past experience, one of the things that I think a lot of people are looking at is Community Day. And the difference between GO Fest and Community Day is that on Community Day, every single Pokemon that you're checking has a chance to be shiny, and the shiny odds are much higher. It's 1 in 25 for Community Day, and it's definitely not that for GO Fest. So if you're even just looking at a Community Day where you're getting 20 plus shinies easily, it can feel very underwhelming to leave a GO Fest day with 10. And I think whether or not there were issues with the shiny rate during GO Fest, that's probably something that Niantic needs to start thinking about, because they've handed us a lot of things over the past couple years, and I think people's expectations are a lot higher because of it, or lower because of some of the other things that they've done. But besides Community Day, I did also see a lot of people comparing their experience this year to last year's GO Fest 2021. So I went through and I just looked at the shinies, the Pokemon that were spawning, and in 2021, there were 54 different Pokemon spawning. There could be, I might have missed a couple, but 54 different Pokemon. Out of those, 42 could be shiny, and 10 of them were past Community Day Pokemon. This year, in 2022, there were 65 different Pokemon spawning. 43 of them could be shiny, and 10 of them were past Community Day Pokemon. So the number of shinies is the same, the number of past Community Day Pokemon is the same. I think one of the problems was that Niantic added these extra surprise spawns, and every habitat hour, there were 3 extra Pokemon, 3 evolved Pokemon like Golurk or like Prinplup, Grottle. Those extra Pokemon were spawning, and they couldn't be shiny. So they were just taking up kind of extra space, an extra Pokemon that's there on the map that can't be shiny. And I think for the vast majority of players, shinies are the measure of success. And as much as Niantic or the Pokémon Company or anyone else doesn't want you to measure your success that way, the problem is they haven't given us anything to care about more than finding new shinies. There's nothing else to chase and work for in the end game. Once you reach a certain level in Pokemon Go and you have your raid parties, your battle parties set up, there's not really anything else to go for but shinies. So of course, people are going to measure their success by the number of shinies they catch. So yeah, I think when we've had 2 years of community days with super boosted shiny odds, 6-hour days where people are getting 20, 30, 40 shinies in a day, it can seem very underwhelming to get anything less than that, especially for a huge event like Go Fest. Now let's talk about day 2 specifically.
Hello and welcome to Pokemon Go Fest, day 2. Today I'm at the Irvine Spectrum. This is where Tom, the cruise ship, usually grinds. And today for day 2, it's kind of a mess. I'm not really sure what the focus is. Initially, it was supposed to be raids and Team Go Rocket, but now I've heard that the shiny rates are boosted in the wild, and I'm guessing it's because so many people complained about it and had bad experiences yesterday that they just decided to boost the shiny rates today.
For a day that was originally supposed to be a raid-focused day, the raids were overall pretty lame. Nihilego is fine, it's a cool Pokemon, but most people just aren't going to be excited and hyped for a non-shiny raid boss. For me personally, Axew was the only raid that I really cared about, and even at a perma-boost 1 in 64 shiny rate, that's going to be disappointing for most people. We did get 18 free raid passes over the 2 days, but even if you used all 18 of those raid passes on Axew, if the shiny rate is 1 in 64, you actually only have a 25% chance of getting the shiny, which means without spending extra money, 3 out of 4 players are going to end up disappointed with their Axew raid experience. That's just not smart to design an event that way. And even if you do 100 raids, you still only have an 81% chance of getting the shiny. And I've definitely heard stories of people doing well over 100 raids without getting the shiny. But don't say I didn't warn you. I'm going to be honest, I was expecting it to be this way from the beginning. There's a very good chance you won't get the shiny. So I think one of the smartest things to do as a Pokemon Go player is probably to stop paying for shiny checks. I don't try to hatch egg-locked shinies during events anymore. I don't pay extra buy raid passes to do raid locked shiny checks anymore. It's just not a fun experience for me. I'm really glad, I'm really grateful that I did get the Axew, but I didn't really spend any extra money to try, and I wasn't going to. Next up, we had a huge bug going on all weekend.
And then in the meantime, let's see if these Pokemon actually exist. Venipede is not here. Roselia is not here. Buizel is here. I think this bug is one of the most unfortunate things about Go Fest. And Niantic has acknowledged that as a bug. It's basically Pokemon that spawn on Incense and lures and then despawn don't leave the map. And then when you click on them, they're not actually there anymore. It's just, I feel like that's such a bad bug to have during Go Fest because it really makes you feel like you're missing so many more spawns. I mean, you are missing those spawns, they've already despawned, but seeing them there and then also seeing them leave just adds to the bad feeling of it, you know? It just feels like you're missing out on more. And it just overall, I think, has a negative impact on the user experience and the player's perception of the event. Ugh.
The other part of day 2 was supposed to be focused on Team Go Rocket, but I think most people were just kind of annoyed by it.
So Team Go Rocket, huh? Team Go Rocket's been a focus today, and I just feel like they're in the way. Like, when I'm trying to shiny check this Shelmet here, I'm tapping on a grunt that I don't necessarily care to interact with. Go away. I'm really just trying to shiny check a Shelmet that's actually not even there. I think for Team Go Rocket to be the focus of an event or a major component of an event, they have to award something appealing. They didn't get any new Shadow Pokemon. The grunts can't give Shadow shinies. They're just giving one extra mysterious component, which means you can battle Rocket leaders after 3 grunts and get a Shadow shiny check that way. But the amount of time that it takes to battle 3 grunts and a leader for 1 shiny check, just feels like a waste of time when, I mean, there are so many other Pokemon to be shiny checking. Now, maybe things would have been different today if the shiny rate was lower, but I'm honestly afraid that if today's wild shiny rate wasn't boosted, the day would have felt like even more of a flop. The Nihilego raids and the Team Go Rocket battles alone, in my opinion, just aren't enough to carry an event, especially one that's supposed to be as big and exciting as Go Fest.
I think the special research was fine. I did really enjoy the different choices that we had as far as playstyle and difficulty.
Tom, which one did you choose?
I forgot about the research. I've not chosen yet.
Although I do wish that there was at least one path that we could have chosen that didn't require spinning Pokestops or gyms, because again, not everyone has easy access to Pokestops or gyms where they're playing the game. I think it was kind of disappointing that there was no special field research or no eggs for the event, because those are just two parts of the game that we interact with daily that just didn't have anything special going on. So for a Go Fest, where it's supposed to feel like this big special event, to leave out those two core parts of the game just made it feel extra underwhelming. Don't forget, we do have the August 27th Go Fest wrap-up event day, so you do get one more day, one more event day with your ticket. And man, I hope Niantic hears all this feedback and really steps it up for that last day, because if it goes anything like day 1 and day 2, I don't think they're going to sell as many global Go Fest tickets in 2023. So that's it for the video. Those are my thoughts on Go Fest 2022. Please leave comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, especially if you had a good day. Is there anyone out there who had a good day? I would love to hear from you, because all I've heard online is negative. And I just want to know, like, for my own sake, did anyone have a good time? Let me know. And if you want to see me have a good time, you can watch my Go Fest Day 1 video. All right, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.